Agrochemicals are very useful in farming, but because they are chemicals, if they are not properly used, they can cause harm to the crops, the environment, or the user. As a groundnut, cowpea, or soya farmer, the kind of agrochemicals you will be using most are weedicides, fertilizers, pesticides, and fungicides. All these types of chemicals can cause harm to the crops we are trying to protect, or to the environment and the user, if not properly used. So in this message, we are going to discuss some guidelines to follow when using agrochemicals to make the process safe and effective. Before you decide to use chemicals on your farm, please discuss with your AEA or CEA to help decide where to find reliable buyers, which type to use, and how to properly use them. Without seeking information, you might either over-apply or under-apply, which will not give you the kind of result you would have gotten if done properly. As a result, you might spend a lot of money buying the chemicals, but without any benefit to your crops. If you are using weedicides on your field, which is under cultivation, you can use selective weedicides, which will only target the weeds on the field without affecting your crops. To safely use any kind of chemical on your farm, there are certain basic rules and regulations you need to follow. You should always read the label of the chemical container for guidelines on how to properly prepare the mixture and apply it to your crop. This will contain information on the mixing ratios for that particular chemical per acre and what kind of weeds, pests, or diseases it is best suited for. In addition to this, you need to remember the following safety tips whenever you are working with chemicals. 1. Make sure there are no kids, animals, and other unprotected people around when you are preparing your chemicals. Please wear overalls if available. If not, wear long shirts with sleeves that reach your wrists, thick pairs of trousers or jeans, and boots. Before you begin working with the chemicals, please do not wear sandals when dealing with chemicals. Do not forget to buy gloves and nose masks when you visit your dealer to buy the chemicals. They are very important. These should always be worn when dealing with chemicals. You should always mix chemicals outdoors, away from your compound, and not in your room. Only mix the amount you can use at a time. Do not mix in excess and store the rest because the chemical might become less potent and also pose danger to others. Follow recommended mixture ratios accurately and avoid using too little water or too much water. Too little water makes the chemical hazardous to crops and the environment, and too much water makes the chemical weak. During land preparation, always have your back to the direction of the wind. Otherwise, you face the risk of having direct contact with the chemical, which might be harmful to you. Always apply your chemicals in the morning or late afternoon when the weather is clear. Work your way backwards from one end of the field to the other, and do not walk back through the farm where you have just finished applying the chemicals. Always have another person close by who can offer assistance in case the chemical gets into your eyes or in case of an emergency. After application, make sure you wash your hands with soap. Take a bath and soak your clothes before you touch food or go back home. You should also wash out your knapsack sprayer with clean water and throw away the water at a safe place away from water bodies. Break the chemical containers to make them unusable before you bury them in the ground away from common places where they can easily be dug up by others. Do not mix weedicides with other chemicals with the mind that they will make it stronger. It will rather make it weaker. If you follow the safety instructions mentioned above properly, prepare and apply the chemicals as directed on the label of the container or by your CEA or AEA, you will maximize the benefits of the chemicals as well as protect yourself. Both you and your crops will be healthy and you will enjoy a very good harvest. Thank you.